Right, good afternoon guys. It is bitterly cold. I'm not going to lie to you. We're fast approaching May. That's going to happen next week, early next week. And the problem is it feels like late October, November. Daft ape myself is only wearing shorts. Rachel's wrapped up a little bit warmer. And we find ourselves here today in central Bedfordshire on our monthly visit, give you an update of what is happening here at ZSL Whipsnade Zoo, the largest of the zoos here in the UK, the sister zoo to London Zoo. And we're going to go see who's about, what the animals are doing. The thing with animals, you do not know what you're going to get. They could be resting, sleeping up because the weather's not great, but they could be active and doing all sorts of weird and wonderful things. So without further ado, let's go and do this. We can tell we're getting in the springtime now because, as I can see from here, the elephants are in their paddock, which is good because they've been in their sandpit all over the winter. It truly is great to see them out and about in a paddock. They've just got so much room to play about. As you can see there, these will be female elephants, but they've got the little tooths, little tusks. Of course, we get into a time in the season where they start doing elephant talks. A little bit of a interaction with the trainers. They tell you about their habitat, what they eat, their birth cycle, etc. So here's the rest of the female herd. Not so little Nang nowadays. She's grown up really fast. And obviously her mother Donna, who I remember as a little calf herself, who's my personal favourite. Her mum Kaylee. There'll be Auntie Luca out there. And maybe Karishma or Maya. You forget all about this till you come back and see them in their paddock area. It's that time of year where they start doing their little shuffle. They move their little foot, get the cut of the grass or the turf up and then chew on it. Someone with a leaf blower in the distance. I think that's in the rhino paddock, obviously clearing their area out. And of course the plains you hear is because we're on the flight path, because over the other side of the downs is Luton Airport. Doesn't look as if she will today, but usually she's very inquisitive of the birds that come into the enclosure, and she'll make like a trumpety call and she'll start chasing them round and round. Anyhow, let's let them be for today because I know Rachel's keen on going to see the new monkey enclosure. They've always had chimps here, but now they have a plethora of different types of monkey. And Rachel wants to see that before it gets too cold and she then base herself in the coffee shop. Now a herd of yaks slowly moving through their paddock. They've actually had a few calves. It's one thing I'm always disappointed about with the zoo itself and announcements is, I suppose it's to do with the integrity of it, that they don't announce births just in case one of them doesn't survive, etc. But I've not known of any info at all about these new youngsters. These here are little warty hogs. I know what you're thinking, warthog, but they're like a little subspecies. A lot smaller in size. This is the greater one-horned rhino, or the black rhino as I call it. Well, that isn't, but this has obviously taken over its territory while they're cleaning it. So that is obviously one of your wallabies. I've heard people walking around saying, oh look, it's a kangaroo, it's a kangaroo. It's like a little subspecies, same type of marsupial, but they would not have kangaroos bouncing around the place because they're liable to attack us. But these little fellas are no harm whatsoever. And they have a free rein, and you can actually find them on the roads surrounding Whipsnade itself. While their paddock area is getting cleaned, this is your greater one-horned rhinos. Just sitting there in the back, kind of saying hello to me. I focus in. Move a little bit to the side, you might see his face. Here we go. I think they've got something like half a dozen of them, several different paddock areas. And he can't wait to get out in his paddock. Obviously they're cleaning it for his own sanitary reasons. You don't generally see the camels because they're in the safari area of the zoo. It's an area that you can take your car around. We've done it a few times, but it is only really the camels and different kinds of deer that will be around the back area there. I think they do come as far as this grill bit at the front area, but no further. Okay guys, I'm really intrigued. This is as new to myself as it is to you guys, because it's only just really opened around the Easter period. We've got macaques and all sorts of other types of monkeys, perhaps gibbons in here as well. Must be very young. These are Celoise, crested macaques. We'd kind of gone in through the exit, so we're going to make our way to the proper entrance, which is opposite the tigers at the top here, and sort of have a full walk through. I don't think you're going to see much in the way of animal activities because it is bitterly cold, but it does get us close to these yaks over here. Now apparently the milk of these guys is a fine delicacy. Not that I've got any interest in really trying it, to be honest with you. For ourselves, when we think of yak, we think of the Yak and Yeti, which is a glorious little diner in the animal kingdom, Walt Disney World. Get a fine curry in there, pineapple upside down cake for dessert. It can't be beaten, to be honest with you. Well, he can move, can't he? Little calves. Cute little fellas. Right, our monkey crossing, guarded by a set of eyes. Two things you must know about the monkey forest. One, it's not a forest. Two, there appears to be no monkeys. But hopefully they will appear. Right, I just had Rachel and fits of laughter then. Interesting fact, as we arrived here today, we went through the main entrance. Usually we've got our own members entrance itself, but we went up to the kiosk area and showed them the cars, and we then noticed the price, and it's actually, it would be £70 for the pair of us, £35 and I think 2p each to get in. So save yourself some money, get yourself an annual pass membership, whether it be what we've got, which is the silver one, which is £140 a year, or the gold one. I think there's a slight difference, and that one gives you discounts such as maybe 10-20% off in the cafeterias and in the gift shop itself, because that gives us access unlimited throughout the year to not only here but the sister zoo, which is of course London Zoo at Regent's Park. So it looks like that enclosure over there now has some form of deer in it. Of course it used to be in the enclosure that used to keep the sloth bears. If you don't know what a sloth bear is, think of the Jungle Book and think of Blue. Blue was a sloth bear. So that wasn't a deer, it was a barbarissa. All I can think of is barbarella, but it's not the same thing. Some form of, I don't know, it's obviously a warthog of some sort. Pig deer. And these would be your Francoise Langurs, if I've pronounced that, which I probably haven't. Sorry about that, guys. And they obviously eat coconut. Well, I certainly can't see them out, but there's their mug shots. You can certainly say it's getting there. The enclosures are ready. They have a kind of a wooded area to play in, but I guess wildlife is not stupid, unlike ourselves, and come unprepared. If it's nasty weather outside, they stay indoors. So I'd imagine they're all going to be hiding up there. Okay, I mentioned earlier about the safari area, which is just in the foreground of where I'm looking at this sign. And these are the kind of deer that you will see if you decided to get in your car. Like you can see that white one over there, and travel all the way around here, and you'll see them all gathered together in little herds. They've got the hut area here. Of course, another way of looking at the animals, it's currently on its way round. We'll probably stay in this area till the train goes past, but the track comes parallel with us as well. They've set up these cool stations to let you know what they sound like. So if I pick that up, push the bark button, and a coo. Look at the antlers on that beast over there. He is huge. Obviously he's going to move soon because the train's going to be coming through. I was just seeing them in the distance. I thought, no, that can't be real, but it is. Train coming through very gingerly and cautiously, obviously for that reason, just inside that the deer's going to come across the tracks. It's so bizarre just seeing the horns going along the side there. That said, this is your locomotive that will go past. It is an additional fee. Here is our big beastie friend, just coming in the sight. He is gorgeous. Guessing that's a buck. That's some set of antlers you've got, mate. Right, this is that moment you see my Jedi powers. And this is where I'm kind of expecting to find them. Although again, they're not about. These funky faces are the gang. We've only seen the one monkey altogether. The rest of them must be eating, or certainly staying about in the warm. Which is what we're going to do now, and go and have a cuppa. This avenue of trees with blossom leads us to believe we're actually in springtime, but the weather's got other ideas. It feels more like late autumn, early winter. It's atrocious out.
Is it? Yeah, I think so. Here it comes. For a pussycat. That's it.
As other people have said, it is a pussycat, but it is a European lynx. You actually find these as far north as Scotland.
You're invading their place.
It's pretty cool. Pointy ears. It's pacing backwards and forwards, so it's expecting food at some point soon. But then again, we have got, they're known as hinge and bracket. They're like the wild boars that live in the enclosure next door. And they're out this time of year, every year. A bit later than normal, to be honest with you. And I believe they got a litter with them, so little boarlets. Remember that boars have boarlets and pigs have piglets. Well, they should look like little humbugs.
Oh, you frightened it.
Size wise, I guess they'll get up to the size of like a Labrador, no real bigger, very lean little cat. Will feed off carrion like your roadkill, bunnies, etc. I said it's those ears, not too dissimilar to a domestic cat apart from the size. Certainly a bit later than normal looking at the wild boars and the boarlets this year. You've just got the little distinctiveness of the humbug stripes on their backs, but they are maybe 2-3 times as big as normal when they've come out. They're usually around about Easter time, and Easter was at the start of April. We're now right at the end, going to hit May next week, and these are so much cuter when they're small. They're still cute. And as I said, I don't know whether they're still the same boars, but they're known as hinge and bracket. Let's go up and see probably some of my favourite characters of the zoo. The European brown bear. If you hear that noise, that little, sounds like a machine gun, that is actually a common woodpecker. It really is hit and miss with these characters. The weather can affect them. They might want to just sort of curl up, no longer in topar, which is like a light hibernation, but they might be in their little pen area over here playing about. In fact, some of them are having a little bit of a nap in the trees. Couple of furballs there having a nap. They might get up and have a wander in a little bit. It is obviously sleepy time for our bears. By focusing at the back there, you can see one fast asleep. Come on, carry on focusing. Where are you? We'll find him somewhere. Get him just out of focus. There we go. Come on, focusing. The bars don't do it any justice, to be honest with you. Little sleepy bear. I'm actually not sure of the names anymore. There used to be Disney princess names, and before that it was Waterloo, Winslow, etc. and Wendy. This is just the next generation. There's 4 of them now.
Yeah. He's on the hair at the back. Hey. Straight that you won't see it because he just blends in with the room.
Oh, I can see him.
He's on a hair bale having a little sleep.
Well, I really guess we're not going to see a lot of action from these guys today, so we will carry on. I think I can clearly say they've probably been fed recently, and now it's just afternoon nap time. As just hope that our little friend the baby rhino's up. Your white rhinos out there in the paddock, sharing their enclosure with gemsock, gazelle, oryx, that kind of thing. Small toothed deer. And let's go and see in their main enclosure to see if the little baby's about. Okay, here's our little baby rhino behind its mum. It's kip time. Still don't as yet know if it's got a name or not. Believe it to be a little boy. Guessing he's had playtime today because there's a lot more active last time round. But the tail is wagging. So maybe just sort of relaxing as opposed to sleeping itself. Well, again, that's another animal really out for the count for the afternoon. Probably running around later, but we haven't got all day, so we'll leave them in peace. And we will catch them next time, and hopefully by then we will know the name. Well, ZSL as a society here at Whipsnade certainly plays its part. Mother and baby inside there will at some point join the herd out here. And this will be the continuation of a very much endangered species. Of course, you cannot tell the difference now between what was baby Nandy, who is now 3 years old, and the fully grown adults. I am not going to lie to you guys, today has been very difficult trying to get the animals, or find the animals should I say, up and about. Some are a little bit more hardy than others, like these two guys here. Stunning species of cattle there, otherwise known as a gore. Beautiful horns, big cowy nose on it. Element of cuteness about them. You know, like if you like your Highland cattle, etc. I believe they're the largest of the cattle breed. These guys are growing up fast. Your Asian small clawed otters. My sister's personal favourites. Distinctive fishy smell around here. Obviously don't confuse these guys with monkeys. Your pan troglodytes, aka chimpanzees. Ventures of Paul, your favourites. Nice little spin there. As if you're doing it for the camera now. Anyway guys, that is going to do it for today. Thank you so much for joining myself and Rachel, who is currently sitting in the cafeteria area. The weather has not been kind to us yet again. The animals, you know what they say, don't work with animals or children or other YouTubers and content creators. But anyhow, it's always going to be hit and miss when you come and see these animals. Sometimes they're asleep like today, sometimes they'll be active. Unfortunately, we've caught the first option. Most of them are having a bit of a nap, and hopefully next time, which will be some point in May, the weather will be more pleasant, we'll get out here, capture them doing something a bit more pleasant to the eye, playing around, chasing things, etc., doing what comes natural to them. That's of course what's happening at the moment with them sleeping. And with that, guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the movies. I'm absolutely knackered. It is a big walk around here. I'll see you in the movies. Bye for now.